What is going on, everyone? Xexon here. Welcome back to another video. So today, guys, I have an amazing Black Ops 3 beta game for you guys here today. I think I go 41-4 in this entire game itself. Now, this is probably one of my best Black Ops 3 games in the beta. I still have one more game I'm saving up for you guys. I think I go like 55-3 or something ridiculous. One of my best Call of Duty games, period. So, I'm waiting to put that out there, maybe like the day before Black Ops 3 comes out. But anyways, guys, today I'm going to be talking about the differences between the past gen and the current gen consoles when it comes to Black Ops 3 and how the games can be made. Because I've been making a lot of videos about this recently, and there's just too much information, honestly, to just put into like separate videos. So I decided to make an entire video completely focusing on the past and next gen differences in the Call of Duty in Black Ops 3, because there's a massive difference. There is such a massive difference. And it really just shows how bad past gen is really getting. It really shows how badly they just probably should just stop making Call of Duty for. It's sad to say. I mean, it's really sad to say, honestly, because past gen's where we've all started really playing Call of Duty for the most part. Some of us might be PC gamers, but for the most part, most people have started playing Call of Duty on the console, because PC Call of Duty gaming wasn't too popular back in the day, as far back as the consoles go, is for sure. So most of us started on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and it's kind of sad to see these kind of consoles, like, you know, become like things that almost we think that hold the game back, even though Treyarch has in fact like revealed that they are not going to hold the game back whatsoever. They're going to full out make the game as best as they can for next gen, which is really cool, and they're having BNox make the entire game as best as they can for the old gen console. But there's a lot of limitations that they have, and I'm going to be talking about those limitations in this video because I haven't made a video dedicating it to that yet. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So the first thing we have here that is in the next gen game but not in the current gen, but not in the past gen game, is the biggest thing that they have here is no campaign. No campaign in the game. First time ever there has been no campaign in one version of a Call of Duty game. No campaign whatsoever. And I'm gonna read something off off Polygon actually, about the campaign back when they like announced it, and like some quotes about what they said. So it says, the ambitious scope of the 1 to 4 player co-op campaign designed in the PS4 and Xbox One and PC versions cannot be faithfully recreated on the old generation hardware. In Activision, the delivery possible gameplay for experience on the platforms is always our highest priority. They say the old consoles will still get the new elements coming to the Black Ops 3 multiplayer component, but the campaign was just too much for the old generation to handle, which is something that's really weird. It says the campaign was too ambitious for the old gen to possibly even handle. So it just shows how much old technology is really packed into the old gen consoles, and it shows how much this campaign might actually be if it's too much for an old console to even handle, which is, it's really weird. But anyways, the next thing I have here is a pretty big one as well. Well, these are all really big ones actually, but the next thing we have here is the two game modes that are actually in Black Ops 3 on the past gen consoles is 30 FPS only. 30 FPS. First time, I believe, ever that there is a 30 FPS Call of Duty game on the past gen console. 30 FPS, everybody. Zombies and multiplayer are in 30 FPS. Call of Duty has always been known for being the smoothest, or one of the smoothest first-person shooters that there has been, and it's basically like, you know, you're playing a really low connection game of Battlefield at this point. I mean, it's really bad. 30 FPS, in case you guys don't really know what FPS means, it means frames per second. And this really determines how smooth the video moves while you're playing your game, or you're watching a video, or doing anything really that has something moving on the screen, how many frames move per second. And 30 frames per second is not good. 60 frames per second is what most things normally run at on a current gen console, at least, and you can run even higher. You can go up to 100 to 200 to 300 FPS on a PC, even higher possibly. I mean, you can do so many things on the PC. Obviously go higher than the console, but 30 FPS is normally the minimum for most things out there, and it just shows that the past gen console for Black Ops 3 is basically the definition of a Call of Duty game at its minimum. I don't know, it's like, it shows that the minimum of the game is all the console can handle. So 30 FPS is all the console can possibly handle. The next thing I have up here is no free run in the current or in the past gen console. No free run. If you don't know what free run is a extra game mode, a fourth game mode actually. That's like a time trial game mode. You don't have a weapon. You run around high up above the sky and you do wall jumps. You complete obstacle courses. Try to do as fast as you possibly can. And you compare your times, I guess, with your friends and the rest of the world. Free run looks pretty nice, but they do not have it on the next gen consoles. They only have it. Or they do not have it on the past gen consoles. They do have it on the current gen consoles. I really get that mixed up a lot. But anyways, they do not have any free run. And I don't really... It's not that big of a deal, honestly. It's not something we're going to be using a lot, I don't think. But it's still going to be something pretty cool to be able to check out every once in a while. It'd be really cool to see. But still, just to say, there was already too much in the game on the old gen console for them to be able to add something in this late in time, so that's another thing. The next thing up, one of the biggest things, at least in my opinion, besides the campaign 30 FPS, is that there's no season pass on the past gen consoles. No season pass. You know how crazy it is? A season pass, by the way, is basically a pass you buy for $10 extra. I think it's $60, I think. To buy the season pass, and it basically gives you, it's either $55, $50, or $60, and it'll give you all 4 of the DLC packs automatically downloaded when they release, so you don't have to like separately buy them. And it costs, I think it costs $10 more, either $10 more or $10 less. I don't really remember how it goes because I've never actually bought the season pass for Call of Duty. This year is going to be the first time I ever buy the season pass for Call of Duty and Black Ops 3. Because Black Ops is like my favorite game, game series, so I'm obviously gonna buy the season pass for it. So there's no season pass on the past gen console. We don't even know what kind of DLC they're gonna be getting on the past gen consoles. We know we're gonna be getting all the DLC we can possibly get on the next gen consoles, but we do not know what in terms of DLC we're gonna be getting on the past gen consoles, if any. I mean, we don't even know what they're gonna be doing with that. So next up, we have no Nuketown in the past gen consoles. No Nuketown in the game, which is pretty crazy. Nuketown is sort of like a pre-order bonus. It comes with any pre-order version of the game. And what Nuketown does, or what Nuketown is, it's like a staple in Call of Duty. It's one of the most famous Call of Duty maps ever created. It's been a staple in the Black Ops series for multiple years now, almost like 7 years, I think, 6 years, something like that. So Nuketown's been a staple in Call of Duty for a pretty long time now, and the fact that people aren't going to be able to be playing like the recreated sort of Black Ops 3 version of it on the past gen consoles is a little sad, because only us on the next gen consoles can be able to experience it, which, by the way, I'm super pumped for that map. I haven't actually seen like gameplay of it, if there is any. I would love to see it though, because I heard it's actually really changed around a lot, which is a little interesting. I don't really want them to step away from the roots of it, but it'll be pretty interesting. And we have one final thing that I decided to throw in here at the end, and that is there is no Derice the Giant Zombies map in the past gen consoles. And this is big for me because Derice was my favorite zombies map ever created. It was my favorite zombies map by far. Anytime I ever played zombies, Derice would be the first map I would want to play on. It's just where I've always played zombies. I've always played zombies on Derice. And if you don't know what Derice means, it actually means the giant, I believe, in German or something like that. It means the giant. I know that it means the giant. I'm pretty sure it's in German. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's in German though. But anyways, Derice was my favorite map, and when I found out that they were going to be remaking it, I was so happy. I was super happy when I found out they were going to be remaking it. Now, unfortunately, I could not find or pick up a hardened edition of the game, which is a little bit disappointing because I really wanted to play. You only get the map with the hardened edition of the game, which is pretty disappointing because I'm not going to be able to get it until they actually release it for like $5 extra or something, when you're going to be able to get it. Because what's the point of making that map if you're only going to release it in the hard edition? Not too many people are going to get it just for that. But honestly, when they fully release the map for like $5 extra or something, I'm definitely going to be getting it and playing a lot of it because Derice was my favorite zombies map that there is. And that pretty much rounds up the list, guys. It was just a little brief 10-minute sort of segment talking about how bad, how like dead current or past gen consoles are with this Black Ops 3 game, guys. You just saw so many differences that are in the game that just aren't in the past gen consoles. There's so much stuff. There is no campaign. The game runs at 30 FPS. There's no free run. There's only 2 game modes. There's no season pass, no Nuketown, and no Dori's Remake Zombies map. Wow. There is nothing in the game that's really too interesting, and it basically is probably going to be the least bought Call of Duty in history when it comes to the past gen consoles. So, guys, if you're saving up for a console, don't even bother buying the Call of Duty for the past gen console. You might want to put that money to buy the game towards a console to get it. Get the console first, then save up for the game itself, because it's just not worth it. It's just simply not worth it. So, I guess this game is kind of putting the nail in the casket for the Call of Duty on the past gen consoles. Pretty much closing the casket when this game is going to be released. No one's really going to play it on the past gen consoles. It's going to be pretty sad to see. It's going to be sad to see no one really playing Call of Duty on the past gen consoles anymore. That's where I started, man. That's where I started playing Call of Duty. So, anyways, guys, that's all I have time for today. Let me know what you think about all that, guys, and I will see you guys later with another brand new video. Take care. Have a nice day. And goodbye.